curve. They were sort of the first players to run like the 8-1 drops with double arcane missiles, double arcane blast, double mirror image, double mana worm. They were using like arcane explosions and blood mage Thanos to like keep their early aggressive boards alive against other aggressive decks.
Yeah, that sounds intense.
Yeah. So jumping into game number 1 here, the final match of the day, TheOneJack versus JacKPoT, and it's Hunter versus Warrior. These are the two decks that they decided to ban away from their opponent. So
they couldn't, yeah.
Interesting start.
It's great, actually. Like I said earlier, it's pretty much 50-50, but it's looking like not the best start for Dragon Warrior, but yeah, we got the turn 2, but there's nothing else to follow. But hopefully he can probably top deck something. And I feel like TheOneJack's hand is looking really good. So JacKPoT has the option to trade into this and then like axe it down.
I think I like that.
Yeah, you really, it's all about claiming the board here. Whoever has the minions on the board is most likely going to win. And you want, as a Dragon Warrior, you want to have the board before Call of the Wild. And you want to be able, you want to have a board so that when the Hunter does put down the Savannah High Main, he's going to be trading, right?
Yeah. Not going face, because that Savannah High Main hits face, you probably lost. So JacKPoT has a full golden Dragon Warrior deck.
Actually, I was about to say that. I just forgot. It's very impressive.
You can tell he plays a lot of Dragon Warrior. I think this might be the first time I've seen a golden Draconid Crusher, even though it's a common. Not many people craft that sucker.
Yeah, actually, I've never seen it before. Until now. Oh, wow. Okay, so he has jugglers in his Hunter. I wonder if he has the hyena?
Scavenging hyena?
Yeah. I'm not sure, but sometimes the Hunter decks run that.
Yeah, there's been a few players today that have run it.
It's a weird turn for him. I feel like he probably should coin out the infested wolf, but then it's just gonna die.
Yeah. Well, he might be okay with that, because if he doesn't trade into it, if he, it's actually pretty unlikely that he doesn't trade into it. But if he doesn't trade into it, it means that he can get the Knife Juggler value next turn. And I'm checking real quick to see if he does run the Scavenging Hyena, because that might change some things that we talk about within this matchup. It would mean he's sort of like all in on the Unleash the Hound synergy, which is okay.
Yeah.
Actually, OneJack actually runs secrets, so he's got quite a few secrets in here.
With the Huntress?
Oh my god, and a N'Zoth.
Oh, so this is a N'Zoth Hunter?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. With a Juggler.
Yeah. So he has double Knife Juggler, very high amount of secrets, 3 I think with Cloaked Huntress, and not any extra Death Rattle minions. He just runs, you know, double High Main, double Grandmother, and double Infested Wolf. But he also has Barnes, so if Barnes pulls a Death Rattle, it actually summons an extra copy of it. So if Barnes summons a Savannah High Main, and then you play a Savannah High Main later, and then play N'Zoth, it'll summon back two full health Savannah High Mains.
Yeah,
so
that's so dirty.
Just sort of an extra layer of insurance against control decks.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to play the Animal Companion here. It's even though it's slightly off curve, it is the best minion for this turn.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice.
This is going to be a lot of pressure.
Right, and Jack, oh, okay, I can't just say Jack. TheOneJack has to draw a kill command. That's like one of the only ways to deal with a Frothing Berserker.
Yeah.
Or he could
Knife
play...
Juggler Unleash could be dangerous because if one of the juggles goes into the Frothing Berserker,
right,
and like one of the juggles goes face. So yeah, I like this play. Just play the Knife Juggler out.
He's definitely going to be playing around freezing though.
Yeah. But this is the situation that you want to be in, like you talked about earlier. When your opponent plays a high main, you want them to have to trade. You don't want them to be in a situation where they can just hit face and pressure you.
Yep.
And as the warrior, you're basically in a situation where you want to win the game by like turn 7 before they can play Call of the Wild, because you really struggle dealing with Call of the Wild. And I don't know if JacKPoT was able to put on enough early pressure to deal with it, but he will be able to play a 9-9 here and still have Alexstrasza's champion in his hand for a little bit of extra burst. So might be able to actually end the game before Call of the Wild comes out. And it looks like that's going to be the case.
This is nuts. It's like Corcoran and Alexstrasza. That's an extra 7 damage, and it looks like the Savannah High main has to trade into. Actually, it's looking really bad. It's pretty much a done game.
He has to kill both the Dragonid Crusher and the Frothing Berserker here, which is possible. I think you unleash first to see where the juggles land.
I feel like he has to trade into it first though, right? Or but you can see where the juggles land, I guess. Wow. Oh goodness.
He needs one of the juggles to hit either the Frothing Berserker or the Draconid Crusher. Actually needs 2 of them to hit. And yeah, he's not going to be able to clear both.
It's actually, oh wow. Okay, the Froth, that's pretty much a done game.
Yeah. There's no way that he can clear enough damage off the board to survive, so JacKPoT is going to take game 1 with the Warrior. And in the battle of the non-banned decks, it seems like JacKPoT made the right choice in not banning the Hunter away, able to take a win. I think that the TheOneJack's Hunter deck is a lot more inconsistent, and that's why JacKPoT didn't ban it away.
Yeah.
He probably would have banned Hunter in a normal situation, but I don't think he respected this list from TheOneJack because it's very weird. Secrets are inconsistent. He's got like one ofs of Deadly Shot and one of Eaglehorn Bow and an Azoth. It just seems like there's a lot of dead draws.
Juggler.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Sometimes that's not good in Hearthstone.
Yeah. So I guess he was like, you know what? If he's top decking secrets, I'm good.
Yeah. That's exactly what he's thinking. And Freezing Trap didn't really do much. Freezing Trap just sort of gave him more ammo. He already got the 3 damage with the Alexstrasza's champion. He got it back, which gave him another chance to possibly be able to use it later on. So now JacKPoT with that 1-game lead. He's got Token Druid and Temple Mage left remaining. His Token Druid was a little weird too. It was Token Druid, but it had like a weird top end. It had double Moonglade Portal, I think, which is pretty unheard of for a Token Druid. A lot of times you run Ramp Druid with it because it can sometimes be a dead card early on. But I'm curious to see how this works because I really think that Moonglade Portal has a place in at least some competitive.
I feel like it's a good card. If he has the double war, it's great because like you can just heal up your wars.
Yeah.
And it's just hard for them to just keep trying to kill it and take it down. Yeah.
It's also the only portal card that actually summons a minion of the same cost as the portal, which is really, of course, strong because even if you paid 6 mana to summon a random 6-drop, that'd still be pretty good a lot of the time. The effect is just sort of a bonus.
Yeah.
Or if you look at like Ironforge Portal, you get the effect, but you're paying 1 more mana than the actual minions cost. Or Silver Moon Portal, you're paying 2 more mana than the actual minion cost. Firelands Portal, you're paying 2 more mana than the actual minion cost. So even though it has arguably the weakest effect of all the portals, the minion that you spawn is actually the same cost as the cost of the portal. So like just for pure efficiency, it's better than the other portals. Of course, Firelands is probably the best one, but...
You seem biased. Well, I don't know. I've played a lot of Moonglade, so I really like the Moonglade. I need to play more Firelands.
Firelands Portal is just really good.
Yeah, you get charged minions. Like if
there's there's 3 charge 5-drops. Yeah. Doomguard, Leroy Jenkins, and Tundra Rhino.
Tundra Rhino, 2 damage.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, actually, any damage towards face is great, and then you just burst down there. So this is going to be game number 2, and it's going to be the Tempo Mage versus the Tempo Mage.
All right, so these ones I'm pretty sure differ quite a bit. Actually, no, they don't really. They're actually very similar. They both run babbling books.
Pretty much great hands on either side.
He's an all golden tempo mage too.
This guy, maybe he
That's
just
a
buys a
golden
lot
coin.
of cards.
Sure, yeah. Maybe he hit the jackpot.
Oh, so good. Good one.
It was a really bad one.
I know. But I like cheesy jokes. Is he actually? Okay. But he's got the yeah, Frostbolt.
Can't quite trade into the mana worm.
I think he should just ignore it for now. Well, actually, he should trade so that he could ping it down later because he's the TheOneJack is thinking if JacKPoT has something, at least I can ping it down
Yeah.
later.
Babbling books.
I like how they sound when you try and attack with them.
Oh, I don't even play with game sounds on. I don't even know how they sound when they attack.
Aw, you're missing out.
Well, I'm sure we'll get to hear it this game. I don't know, because they'll probably just get pinged off the board.
Just sounds like a crazy book.
Kabbalah's Tome from Babbling Book?
Wow.
It's infinite value.
It just keeps going.
What if that Kabbalah's Tome gets another Kabbalah's Tome?
Right. Ooh. I don't mind the arcane missiles. Or you could just Forgotten Torch down the Cult Sorcerer.
This is probably the best Arcane Missile is going to get.
Right.
Whereas Arcane Blast, you have the spell power to make it better.
And I feel like you like to save the blast, the Arcane Blast, for like a Drake. And he's got the Thalnos in his hand ready for that.
So Arcane Missiles has a very good chance of clearing here. Just 2 out of 3 shots have to hit minions. Doesn't matter which minions.
Yeah.
So
It's just going to be bad if it goes face, though.
well, but it won't be too bad as long as one of the shots hits the Cold Sorcerer. It'd be really bad if 2 shots went face and 1 shot hit the Babbling Book. It'd be really, really bad if all 3 went to face. But at least you'd still be able to ping off. But he goes with the consistent play. I like this play also because a lot of times getting a Roaring Torch in your deck early is really good because it gives you a better chance to draw it, of course. Because it's a higher chance to draw it if it's in your deck than if it's not in your deck at all. Then it's a 0% chance if it's not even in your deck.
Sometimes people just like to play the Forgotten Torch just because like it's on curve and it's just very hard to play later on.
Yeah.
Babbling Book against Babbling Book.
Arcane Explosion. It's not too bad.
Yeah, actually in a mirror match, I think that's actually pretty okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna play on curve and oh wait, is he going to Tome here or is he going to Drake?
Kind of like the Tome. Just get it out of the way.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a long game. And he's got the Yogg, so he probably should feed the Yogg. Since it's in his hand.
Yeah. This matchup goes one of 2 ways. Either one player just blows out the other player with a crazy opening hand, or you play a very grindy game where both players end up expending all their spells or try and remove and go for burst, and then basically the first player to have, or the player that has a better Yogg wins. It's a terrible way to decide games, but sometimes it's necessary.
This is going to be very easy for JacKPoT to take out the Drake. And he saved the Arcane Blast just for this. Or, does he even want to do it?
This is the biggest minion you're going to hit with that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So you might as well. Just developing Blood Mage Thalnos, though, and pinging face isn't really like a good full use of your turn. So maybe if JacKPoT feels like he can take an extra 4 damage and force him to have it, maybe. Looks like he's just going to try and be more mana efficient.
Right. It's not the greatest turn,
Yeah.
just Thalnos and Arcane Blast. Ooh, Polymorph Boar. He's got his own Arcane Explosion. And a Frostball is always good. Another Frostbolt. It's very funny. Like, it's a very slow game for both sides. They know that, like, they're not really getting solid minions. They just have a ton of spells.
Yeah.
So JacKPoT is definitely going to hold on to the Arcane Explosion until TheOneJack grows his board a bit more.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Neither players wants to use key resources. Neither player wants to be the aggressor in the matchup.
They value all their spells a lot. So it's always tough to fight in mirror matches. And I feel like I don't see Tempo Mage versus Tempo Mage a lot.
Usually one player is the aggressor and one player is sort of like the defender. And a lot of times the aggressor just wins because in this match, since neither player has minions, a lot of times it's just the first player to be able to that can deal 30 damage to the face wins. Especially if players have very aggressively themed hands. If they have a lot of burn in their opening hand, they'll just go for it. And that can win games.
Firelance Portal to the face.
Ooh.
Oh, one of the worst ones, actually.
There are a lot of bad 5-drops.
Yeah, a lot of bad 5-drops.
Big Game Hunter, Faceless Manipulator, Starving Buzzard, Ram Wrangler, Grim Patron.
Emperor Thorson is actually great in a mirror matchup, in a Tempo Mage mirror matchup. Okay, both of them have their Yogs ready to go. He should kill the Emperor Thorson, but he's going to see what he gets first. Flame Lance, deal 8 damage to a minion.
That's kind of funny.
Does he want to use his Roaring Torch though, or his Flame Lance on the Emperor Thorson?
I kind of like missiles and try an Arcane Explosion. I don't know. Yeah.
Nice. It's going to go with just that.
Now you can Arcane Missiles, you get 4 shots, and just 2 of them have to hit the Emperor Thorson, and he has 3 health. So I think it's pretty likely. Arcane Missiles is not getting any better.
Yeah.
He's going to go with the safe play.
Which is fine too. What
suppose.
else was he going to use that on? And OneJack has the Arcane Explosion.
And Firelance Portal to the face.
Hey, that's not bad. Ooh, the Flame Waker. Here we go.
Time for some fireworks.
This is the first Flame Waker that we've seen. This is what they were waiting for.
Yeah.
All these spells in their hand and no Flame Waker yet, but yeah, here we go.
I think with this hand, you're just cashing in on the Arcane Missiles.
Yeah, and they're just being...
Push an extra 6 damage. He's got a Roaring Torch in his hand. He's got 2 natural fireballs in his deck, I believe. So puts him down to 15, and all of a sudden solidifies himself as the aggressor, but TheOneJack has decent answers to this. And picks up Kabbalah's Tome. And so many spells.
Yeah, this is going to be great. Let's see the spells. Oh,
Another Kabbalah's Tome? He's got a Kabbalah's Tome from Babbling Book, then played a natural Kabbalah's Tome, and then got another Kabbalah's Tome from his Kabbalah's Tome.
Yeah, that's nuts. But what's he going to do here? He could turn the Flamemaker into a boar.
You just Dragon's Breath it and leave the 0/2s up. I don't really see anything wrong with that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good play.
I mean, if JacKPoT picks up more burn, then this game might be done pretty quickly. Flame Lance, unfortunately, not really the burn that he's looking for.
Yeah, I mean, he can't kill the Sorcerer's Apprentice unless he Flame Lances it, but it's not really a good... It's not really what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's losing the resource battle, so JacKPoT needs to try and make something happen. And
ouch.
Did he just run towards the Sorcerer's Apprentice?
Okay. Okay.
Glad that went face.
Yeah, he's got the spell damage, and he's got the Yogg. TheOneJack is actually Probably trying to look for an ice block here. Oh, he's
Ice-
got the ice barrier. She's okay.
Counterspell and Ice Barrier, not bad. And he could do all that plus Fireball, plus Arcane Blast.
Right. He's got, oh wow, just a ton of spells.
Yeah, and he's got a huge resource advantage with all these Cabal Stones that he's been able to cast. And Cabal Stones that he's been able to cast for cheaper as well.
I'm actually looking forward to their Yogs.
I'm just a little bit frightened by the potential of these Yogs, especially the TheOneJack, because he's cast a lot of spells this game.
Right? Probably
got
like 20.
He's got like 10 more in his hand.
Just fireball it. And then put up the secrets.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And he's got a babbling book to give him another spell.
All right,
JacKPoT.
JacKPoT, you know what time it is.
Here we go.
Well, the game's not
Psychic
over.
Soul.
Let's make magic.
He's growing his board.
Okay, drawing cards. Runic Egg, not the best.
Oh, that's actually. Oh,
Whirlwind, definitely not the best. Elemental Destruction, definitely not the best. This Yogg is bad.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh!
That was terrible.
Ouch.
Yogg, what are you doing?
It didn't seem like a lot of spells either.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have Cabal's Tome.
It's like 7 spells or
Yeah.
something. And
Now
then,
JacKPoT's like, well, now that you're out of stuff, I'm just going to try and race you.
yeah, you know, even though I'm 9 HP and I can come back.
Oh, yeah. Turn that Babbling Book into 6 damage. Love it.
That babbling book definitely got some value.
He's going to snap call that Arcane Intellect and be very sad when his counterspell.
Oh.
Just like you.
No. Gotta Flame Lance first, maybe. Ouch.
Yep.
Or maybe it was just like, it's fine to keep the Flame Lance because it's a sure way to deal with the Flame Waker.
Yeah, but I mean, this game's all but over for JacKPoT. He needs to find exactly 2 pieces of burn while TheOneJack finds absolutely nothing, which just doesn't feel like it's possible. I don't know.
Yeah. This was a really long game, actually. Who knew? Tempo Mage versus Tempo Mage. Such good.
Well, both players are playing Babbling Books and Cabal's Tome. It becomes really grindy.
Yeah.
Is he actually going to kill the Runic Egg? There's no way. Okay. Whew. Good. But yeah, this game will be over next turn unless JacKPoT finds a way to win or heal. And both of those, or I guess he could kill the boar, but then he'd probably die to Yogg anyway. So it does pick up Fireball though, but he can't win unless he fireballs the boar.
That's crazy. Do you think the TheOneJack is going to play the Yogg? Or he wouldn't? Or do you think he will? It's actually really scary because you could kill yourself.
He's thinking about it.
Oh, wow.
And actually, I think it would be better if JacKPoT pings his own Runic Egg that turn. Because then he gives himself 2 turns. He gives himself, he could win the next turn. Because next turn he could draw his natural draw.
Yeah.
And ping his Runic Egg again. So that way he gets 2 draws next turn to give himself 2 opportunities drawn to burn. Oh, wow.
Yogg, vanish.
Well, all of his cards are green. So that means one player has won. We'll see exactly who that player is, but Forgotten Torch, if it goes to his own face.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
swipe. Okay, he won.
Ah, wow. Oh my goodness. That was so scary. Would you do that?
That's bold. That is
Yeah.
very bold.
He got like 3 fireballs, so.
Yeah, I mean, he would have won the next turn anyway, but
I
a
know.
couple of weird plays at the end of that series there. And, I mean, to have that one come down to whether or not Yogg's spells goes to the one Jack's face or it goes to JacKPoT's face is a little bit bizarre of an ending for how grindy that game was, but he's going to tie up the series.
I feel like, yeah, JacKPoT's Yogg was really bad.
It was very bad. It cleared all the minions and then only cast spells that affected minions.
Yeah.
Like Blessing of Might, Circle of Healing, just very bad stuff.
Unleash the Hounds. There was no
Unleash the
minions.
Hounds with 0 minions on board. So now both players have different decks out of the way. JacKPoT won with the Dragon Warrior earlier. The one Jack just ran with Temple Mage. So
Tied for 1.
yeah,
I feel like this is going to be a very, very long one. Especially since it feels just like a ton of mirror matches.
yeah. And you know that we haven't had that be the case very often today, but it was bound to happen eventually because there's a lot of players with this very similar lineup, maybe with Shaman instead of the Hunter. But a lot of players are bringing Token Druid, a lot of players are bringing Dragon Warrior, a lot of players are bringing Temple Mage, and a lot of players are bringing sort of the hybrid Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
The one Jack though, it's not really a hybrid Hunter. I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah, I feel like that's usually that's a great lineup because I feel like Zoo isn't like that strong.
Zoo's not that good. I actually only like to run either Hunter or Temple Mage, and not both, and run a Shaman instead.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I think aggro Shaman instead of Temple Mage is pretty good, or instead of the Hunter is pretty good, depending on what you're trying to counter. Either way, you're trying to target Zoo in a way.
Yeah, you're not afraid of Zoo.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so in that case, I kind of like the Temple Mage better because I feel like Temple Mage is a little bit better spot against Zoo than, say, the Hybrid Hunter would be, even though it does have more early game now.
Yeah, and like the Dragon Warrior can take on Zeus, the Aggro Shaman can take on Zeus, so can the Mid-Range Shaman or the Totem Shaman.
Yeah.
Game number 3 is about to start. I thought it was about to start. Not yet, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let's see what they've picked. The one Jack with his Druid and JacKPoT with his Tempo Mage again.
Okay, we'll see if you can pull out a win this time. But this is a Token Druid with, for the one Jack, just a pretty standard Token Druid. Double Arcane Giant, double Ancient of War, Pilot Teacher package, the whole shebang.
Just like Cenarius or Nixia?
I don't think Cenarius or Onyxia.
None? Okay.
Just a very consistent early game, if I remember correctly. Like double Mire Keeper, the double 3-drop with 1 Feral Rage, 1 Mulch, so. Just a very consistent list. I like this one a lot.
I feel like, does JacKPoT play his...
I need his ping.
Yeah. I feel like if he just put down a minion, it's just gonna die.
Yeah.
The land serves me.
Getting that ramp in so he can play his bigger minions. You could actually Arcane Blast this. Play,
Question is it Arcane Blast with Cult Sorcerer or Arcane Blast with Flamewaker
Flamewaker.
or Arcane Blast with Blood Mage? I think you
Right.
can rule out Flamewaker because it is very risky. And you could just end up playing Flamewaker next turn with a Spell Power minion kept onto the board. Especially since Druids really want to nourish on turn 5.
you can put the Cold Sorcerer out and blast it and see if he has like the Wrath. Because if he just plays the Thalnos, it's just very easy to deal with. But then it stops him from nourishing, you know?
Interesting.
Kind of like the Blood Mage because if he does nourish, then you keep a minion that otherwise, well, if he nourishes for cards, but I think he's probably going to nourish, well, I don't know. If you nourish for mana, it means you can play Ancient of War next turn. If you nourish for cards, I mean, you have like all the things in your hand that you need to actually win the game, really, with double Arcane Giant plus an Ancient of War.
I feel like Nourish for mana would be okay here.
Alright, he wants to play an Arcane Giant next turn, I feel.
And he's gonna cycle. Yeah. Play on curve. That's pretty that's expected for the Azure Drake to come down.
Look at all that burn!
Yeah, that's a ton of damage. Okay, so he chooses to go with the Arcane Giant here, not
This
the
is just
War.
gonna get answered.
Yeah, Frostbolt could actually. Or. There's a ton of things he could do, actually.
See how greedy he decides to be. If he goes for Cold Sorcerer Mirror Image, he gets heavily punished by Azure Drake Swipe. Sort of unlikely at this point. But I think if you're going to take a risk, this is going to be the turn to do it before they have a chance to draw into like the perfect answer. So I wouldn't mind seeing Cold Sorcerer and Mirror Image and just try and, you know, overload next, like just go crazy next turn with all the spells.
It's a bit strange. He could just. Okay, so he's gonna Frostbolt and Arcane Blast.
Interesting.
Oh, now he's going to go for the gamble.
Yeah. It's not gonna kill it. It's
Gets
just-
down to 1 health though. So he can just ping it off next turn. But Swipe could put an end to this.
Actually, yeah, he can clear the whole. He could clear both minions, both Drake and Flamewaker.
We'd have to swipe mulch. But there's not really any other big minions that are going to make it through.
Swipe in Living Roots. Right, that's what you mean. Oh, sorry, that's not
No,
gonna. That's
yeah.
spell damage.
I mean, technically he could. He could Living Roots one of the Mirror Image, and then Hero Power 1, and then trade the 8-1 into the Azure Drake.
Power of the Wall. It's a lot of spells and like a lot of damage that he could go face with.
Yeah. So if he Cold Sorcerers and double Frostbolt, he's Frostbolt 5, so he push 14 damage this turn. He put the JacKPoT down to 13 with the Fireball in his hand, so it wouldn't be enough to go for lethal. So it looks like he's just going to go for value-ish trades here. So just trade over one of the 2/2s. Or he's actually going to trade to the 9/2 of the Arcane Intellects. Interesting.
Oh.
I guess he really wants that burn to go face. Or
Yeah.
he's really worried about a big minion. And for good reason too, because TheOneJack does have a big minion. With the Ancient of War.
He can actually kill. Yeah. Well, I was thinking Feral Rage could have killed it off.
Scary board. Still a way to answer it though.
Drake is pretty good.
I think we can Babbling Book first here.
Yeah, I don't think maybe you can't play the Drake yet.
Babbling Book, Mana Worm, Fireball, Ping.
Or you play the Drake and just Frostbolt one. Frostbolt the Giant,
It's possible as well.
just to stall it. And grow your Mana Worm.
Alright, Babbling Book, what do you got? Cabal's
Tome.
Tome again? You gotta be kidding me with
I
this.
feel like we're gonna see like 10 tomes tonight.
That's crazy.
Let's make magic.
Okay, so he's gonna do what I sort of set, but without the Drake. It's with the Cult Sorcerer instead.
These missiles have a chance to almost not do anything. I mean,
Actually killed off one.
yeah, I guess that's a pretty good scenario for him.
Can he take down this war? I mean, yeah, he can, but it's not with the Drake.
Yeah, I think just Azure Drake, Frostbolt, and then play the Cult Sorcerer is going to be,
Yeah, kill the Arcane Giant.
yeah.
Let's make magic.
Because then the TheOneJack's forced to trade into one of the minions, but not both. And either way, you can just Frostbolt to finish off. But, oh man, a swipe would just be absolutely brutal for JacKPoT here.
This is okay also. Teacher into Raven Idol? Or he's
I think
looking
you
for-
really, if you get a swipe here, you are going to regret very heavily playing Ballot Teacher.
Right, that's true.
We'll see what he picks up. Would have been an automatic swipe choice, so I think these are three either. Okay, Soul of the Forest, Mark of the Wild, and Claw are the three options. So yeah, those are all pretty bad. Claw lets you kill off the 3/2 this turn, which is
Maybe
pretty
Soul
good.
of the Forest, I was thinking.
Yeah, Soul of the Forest allows you to, in a grindy battle like this, especially in combination with Violet Teacher, he's actually going to save both. Wow, okay. I thought he would at least play the Violet Teacher, so that way next turn he could play something else, plus Soul of the Forest. Now he just might not have a board to play Soul of the Forest with.
Right, that's probably the case. Tome, let's see what JacKPoT is going to get.
Another tome.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be, oh my god, a Tome Fiesta.
A Tome Fiesta. So, should be a way for JacKPoT to clear the board here if he wants to use the Arcane Missiles.
I feel like he shouldn't. He just leaves it.
Well,
Oh, actually, he can hit into it, yeah, and then just Arcane Missile. Wow, nearly.
yeah.
Ooh,
Ho
drop the
ho.
teacher down. This is gonna be good with the Soul of the Forest and the Panther. Or is
He
want?
really wants to next turn Violet Teacher into Power of the Wild into Soul of the Forest.
Yeah, I think he should hold on to it. That's only because I can see the flame
Yeah.
that's in his hand.
He really wants to go for that combo. Once you play that, you basically can't lose the game from there, I feel.
Yeah, it's actually what the old token droid used to have, right? And then they cut the Soul Forest.
Yeah. Because it's too slow against some of the faster decks out there. A lot of the times your board gets cleared, Soul Force hits the dead card in your hand, so. Alright,
Tome again?
show me another tome.
Let's do it. It's probably the only way he can deal with the teacher
Interesting.
and all the tokens.
Okay, whew. Dodge the tome. My god.
You didn't want another tome.
No, at a certain point,
You just haven't. You just don't want
you're
it
just all
anymore.
tomed out.
I feel like he needs to kill this Azure Drake. With the, Flame Lance. Okay, I guess he wants to copy that minion.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't like the Drake living.
I don't like the Babbling Book Blast. But, whatever.
Actually, he could have played the Babbling Book, right? And then
Alright.
Frostbolt.
Yeah, yeah. I think Vile Teacher Fandral Power of the Wild's better here.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Attention, class.
No!
Copied the teacher.
Come on, TheOneJack, get greedy.
I guess he's worried about the Yogg, you know?
Yeah.
And he's just like, if he has Yogg, I want the Soulfire. Soulfire. I want the Soul of the Forest.
Yeah.
Oh, another tome.
That one's actually in his deck, though.
I know. It's not over.
Yeah.
many more spells.
It's getting close to being over, though, because this board is really tough to deal with.
I feel like we have to kill this teacher.
Perhaps.
Deeb is unsure if he agrees with you or not.
I feel like he needs to kill the teacher and then use the ice lance. Sorry, not ice lance. Cone of cold. Sorry. Just to like stall for a bit. I could clear the 1/1 with his babbling book. I feel like it's just really tough when you have many options.
Yeah.
Ooh, Firelands Portal. Yeah, this is good. Getting rid of the spell damage.
I don't know. He didn't really. He took a lot of power off the board, but
So the Fandrel's just gonna sit in his hand.
I guess so.
I like the Flame Waker though, because it can deal with a bunch of these things. So Flame Waker, Cone of Cold, and a spell? Sorry, a secret? I think I'm getting tired. A
Probably
spell?
ice block.
No, okay, yeah. Cone of Cold and a secret.
Actually, no. He's not really in a big threat here to have his block popped. So maybe he could Spellbender to try and protect this Flame Waker from a spell. It's hard to say. Yeah, I think I actually like the Spellbender here, because I don't think he should be worried about dying.
Yeah, I guess he just doesn't. It's hard because
Yeah.
you can't see the hand. Okay, Fangel Teacher once again. His hand is just repeating itself.
Yeah, Innervate, not the best card at the moment.
Yeah.
Pay attention,
But
class.
JacKPoT might be able to just grind out of this game. And if I were TheOneJack, I would just play the Fangel. You don't want to give Tempo Mage 1 minion to kill every turn. You can't get greedy with Fangel's effect. And if he passes here, that's really slow. Firelands Portal is going to wreck this board.
That's true.
And how does OneJack come back from that? I think this Fangel should have been slammed on the board yesterday. And now he's got 2. So now you're just giving JacKPoT a turn to draw a second Firelands Portal to deal with it.
I like the Spellbender more than the Mana Worm here. With the portal. Or I guess the worm could contest to the 2/2. So it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can. Yeah, I think Spellbender's pretty good. Ooh, Crazed Worshipper.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Stops the druid from hitting his face. The war. Oh my goodness. He's going to innervate a 10/10 war.
Uprooted and downrooted at the same time. How does that even work?
Oh, perfect timing.
He's in the ground, but he's not in the ground.
How many spells is that? At least 15.
Yeah, but I think you're Mana Worming and Firelands Portaling first, the Fangel.
Right. That's pretty good too.
And trying to chip down that Ancient of War, because that's his last card.
Yeah, but the 10 could go face.
Interesting.
You can't really.
Yeah, he could trade and hero power.
The Crazed Worshipper?
No, I'm sorry. I meant well, the OneJack. His 10/10 could hit the face. But then he does have Ice Block.
Yeah. But I think he's going to be able to kill it next turn regardless.
Oh yeah.
So like if it trades into the 3/6, then JacKPoT's going to be able to kill it. I would have liked to see a ping on the Ancient of War. And now Swipe is just going to hit a Spellbender.
I think it's going to. What's he gonna swipe here?
He's going to try and swipe the Crazed Worshipper to try and trade into it, I think.
I feel like he should hit the Crazed Worshipper first, and then swipe down the Harrison. But yeah, there's a Spellbender.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking on the line of the OneJack.
Maybe he realized that it was Spellbender. He knew that it wasn't Counterspell.
Yeah. I think he should have traded first.
Yeah.
Since he wasn't going to swipe it anyways.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because, like, he doesn't have a Cthulhu. Ooh, definitely fireball here.
That's really good.
And actually, you want to ping it.
Yes.
Don't want to
He's out of cards. You have plenty of time to play that Cabal Stone. You have an ice block up. So the TheOneJack needs a very good card right now, and Wild Growth is not a very good card right
At
now.
least you can draw with it.
Yeah, but I mean, he's out of Ancient of Wars. He's out of Arcane Giants.
Oh, another one.
Just got Wild Growth in his deck, apparently. That's all he's got left.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Oh, wait. That can take out the worm. Is he going to? Oh, he wants to draw. Draw, draw, draw. Here
There's
we go.
Yogg.
It's a showdown. Guys, we have another Yogg versus Yogg once again. And they're both at 12 HP. JacKPoT has the ice block though.
JacKPoT's cast a lot more spells this game, too.
Yeah, it's kind of
lot more
scary. And then
spells.
you got the Vaporize. Oh, goodness.
I don't think the TheOneJack's. I think you have to Vaporize here because.
Yeah, the Yogg is coming up.
Yeah, if he Yoggs and you're forced to counter Yogg, you want that all your secrets to be up and that spell. I don't think there's any reason to pink face here.
Yeah, you're far from actually killing him. Okay, Hero Power, Innervate, Yogg.
He's got to do it.
He's just actually worried that it might be Mirror Entity.
Wait.
What are you thinking of, TJ?
Why is he? No. What?
What? Oh, good counterspell. Okay. He's checking.
Oh, no, that's good. That's really good. Yeah, that's really good.
That's great. That was really smart.
Yeah.
Because if it would have cost him.
Because if he had Hero Powered and then Innervated, and the counterspell went off, he would still only have 8 mana.
Yeah, that's why it was really smart. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh! No, no,
no.
no!
Yogg, what are you doing?
Yogg, what are you doing?
Fist of Draxus. Oh, at least he hit his opponent's face.
Oh, hey, it's gonna heal him now, right?
Still got a
it's draw, sorry.
Tracking's actually not good because it fatigues him.
Oh, what's the secret? There's 2 secrets.
But, I mean, he's now has 0 cards left. He has
Oh.
to spend the rest of this game with a Raven Idol.
This is too much.
In a rage. Oh my god, Yogg. Oh my god, Yogg.
The wrong minion, Yogg. Seriously. What? Oh my goodness. Okay.
In his
No!
own face again! And he fatigues himself!
Oh my goodness. We never got to see this other Yogg. That is like a really bad Yogg.
JacKPoT's like, thank you.
He's like, I didn't have to do anything.
He's
That-
like, what a well-fought game. I just played a bunch of spells, removed all his minions, and then my opponent killed himself for me.
It's like, that Yogg was actually
That
his
was
opponents.
The Yogg was actually pretty sick, just in the wrong direction for the TheOneJack, unfortunately. But really great play from the TheOneJack. The only criticism I have is that maybe he played a little bit too slow at some of the stages in the game, like not playing the Fangel earlier to actually try and pressure. Forcing JacKPoT to have multiple answers instead of just one answer would have been great. But the play at the end there where he played the Innervate first, playing around the possibility of Counterspell, which is the only thing that would have lost him that game. Like Mirror Entity doesn't matter because he plays Yogg, so Yogg's probably going to clear it.
Right.
And if he had Hero Powered and then Innervate Yogg, then he would have been in a really bad spot. And it was worth it for him to potentially waste the Innervate, since if you play Innervate at 10 mana, you actually don't get any benefit. It was worth it to him to forego the extra 1 damage and the extra armor for him to be able to play, to for sure play Yogg that turn.
I just remember your reaction. It was the best. I would go back and watch that again just to see her reaction when he innervated first. We were like, wait, what? Because I guess we kind of forgot that there was counterspell.
I was so focused on the fact that he didn't play the Vaporize.
Yeah.
I didn't even see the other secret that he played.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought it was
fair.
Spellbender for a second again, and so I was about to say like, there's absolutely no reason to iterate first if that's Spellbender, but he didn't know what that secret was, so it's correct and very smart play for him to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
To play around the one possibility, because at the end of the day, the risk of not being able to play Yogg that turn is much higher than like losing 1 damage and 1 armor, which at the end of the day isn't that big of a deal.
Definitely. He made the right play there. I feel like it's also because we've seen like at least 100 spells already in this like match.
In this match, probably even more.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Than 100 spells.
Tome after tome after tome after tome on both sides.
Yeah, there's been 3 games so far, and Temple Mage was played 3 times in those 3 games.
Yeah.
And in each of the Temple Mage games, there was at least 10 spells played on both sides.
I know.
So that's like 50 or 60 spells alone just from those games. And then you count the other 3 decks that were played in the series, which was like 2 Token Druids and a Dragon Warrior, or sorry, and a Hybrid Hunter. Yeah, like we're getting probably close to 100, so.
I'm gonna be pooped out of Temple Mage at the end of this, and also Token Druid.
It's actually surprising. We've seen a lot of Temple Mage actually played on the stream matches, but Temple Mage isn't actually that high representative of a deck. There was like 63 players that brought Mage, and 10 of them were freeze. So there's about 50 players out of 128 who brought Temple Mage, and almost every single match that we featured on stream today has had a Temple Mage, so.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's a pretty good hand for the TheOneJack.
Yeah, and JacKPoT's gotta look for more ramp.
Yeah,
I
really.
think I would have even thrown out the Living Roots just to find better cards.
Yeah, I mean, if you turn 1, I like it better if you're not on the coin, because even if you draw Wild Growth, you can still play Living Roots. Like you can't play Wild Growth, like in its place. Whereas if you're on the coin, you actually have an opportunity to Wild Growth. So TheOneJack just going to go ahead and respond with his own Living Roots.
Ooh,
Ho
Wild
ho!
Growth. Here we go. Let's
Hello.
And yeah, just trade off his little Living Roots. They've served their purpose. Oh no, he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go face and let the TheOneJack trade into me instead.
JacKPoT asserting his dominance over this game board.
Sometimes I do that too because I hope that my opponent would trade, but then sometimes they don't and they just deal with it. But I mean, JacKPoT's not. He knows that you can't swipe this.
Yeah.
Maybe a hero power would be fine, and he's okay with that.
Yeah, because he's just going to hero power back the next turn for himself anyway.
Yeah. He could innervate coin the Drake. But then
Kind of like innervate coin nourish for mana.
Yeah, that's actually good too. Because yeah, if you Drake, you have no turn 3. It's gonna do just what you said, TJ.
Because then he can also hero power down one of these 1/1s, and he rolls into Azure Drake. So he keeps one of his 1/1s alive and rolls into Azure Drake. So.
Yeah.
And he stays a mana ahead, which in this matchup is actually really important because you get the initiative.
That was actually a good turn for him.
Nice patience here on the Raven Idol from JacKPoT. Doesn't really know what he's going to need yet.
Yeah. He can deal with this living root, this sapling with his hero power.
Whoa, but TheOneJack is drawing hot right now. So is JacKPoT though.
Hey, he could get a Wrath, and he could innervate.
If he does
the
get a Wrath, that is going to be sick.
Ooh.
Dark Arakoa is great. Bite, not so much.
I feel like Bite's okay if you tie it up with the hero power and just kill a Fantril or a Teacher.
Yeah. I mean, I think Bite's his only option. I've actually never seen a Golden Savagery before.
Me neither. The Soul of the Forest Golden looks nice.
It's
But
really
yeah,
creepy.
I feel like this is an easy pick for Bite. It helps you get rid of 5 HP minions. which is kind of hard for Druid unless you have the swipe or Feral Rage.
Yeah. But JacKPoT's going to be very sad in a moment, as Fandral Wrath is going to come out and take out his own Fandral.
It's going to deal 5.
Yep.
Behold the rage of the Firelands.
Yep.
Firelands Portal. Sorry, I don't play WoW.
Yeah.
It's.
I think you got to bite down this
yeah.
Fandral.
I was actually just looking at the swipe. It's not a good swipe.
I mean,
It's so weird. It's not like the best turn, but at least it gets rid of the Fandral. He can actually drop the Arcane Giant here. He can even play Roots if he wants to, then Arcane Giant. But I normally like to save the Roots for like
damage.
Yeah.
Trying
taking off
spot
minions.
removal. But he's going for it.
I guess he's just going for it in case he top decks his Power of the Wild.
Yeah.
Unless he has Savage Roar, and that's also what he's doing.
So JacKPoT can try and bait him into a position here where he trades the Arcane Giant. If he plays Dark Arakoa and TheOneJack trades in the Arcane Giant into the Dark Arakoa, then next turn JacKPoT can swipe and Living Roots remove. And also he could swipe Living Roots. If you have 3 mana left, the Arcane Giant would be at 6. And then he could innervate on Arcane Giant. So Dark Arakoa is definitely the right play. Because if he does trade an Arcane Giant, next turn he could swipe Living Roots to clear what's on the board, and then innervate out of Arcane Giant with perfect mana usage.
Oh, what happened to the game?
Whoa!
It's so bright.
I guess we had an issue with Spectator. Hopefully it didn't affect the players, as that was a pretty close game that sort of hinged on the decision that that JacKPoT was going to make there with the Dark Arakoa.
Yeah, I agree with that play. It was the best play. Setting up for the perfect swipe. Otherwise, if it wasn't that play, it would have been swiping and then Living Roots and then Hero powering it down, which he probably did, which is not that great.
Well, he got slightly punished.
Yeah, he found a way to deal with it.
That hurts.
Yeah, it's actually looking pretty bad for JacKPoT right now. JacKPoT is wishing he had a mulch in his hand right now. Well, maybe 2 turns ago, at least.
Yeah, but I mean, that should be game. I don't see any play that JacKPoT can make here that would let him survive, because he'd have to clear the Arcane Giant as TheOneJack has a swipe in his hand. So that means it looks like we're going to game number 5 here.
Yep. Which was, I felt like it was expected.
Yeah. He's going to try and do his best here, get an Arcane Giant out to challenge, but that's going to be TheOneJack taking it with the Token Druid.
So TheOneJack has his Mage against JacKPoT's Druid.
Yep.
It's another Yogg showdown.
It could be another Yogg showdown. You can see TheOneJack, no emotion. Stone cold killer of Hearthstone players and dreams everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of the really great Hearthstone players now are like really young. Lots of young up and coming players.
Well, even the 2 world champions so far both won in their teens. Osaka and Firebat.
Yeah.
Both were teenagers at the time of their win. Actually, they're both. No, not both still teenagers. I think Osaka's in his 20s now, but Osaka was 19 when he won, and Firebat was 17 when he won.
Wow. And then now we have the young Savage, Amnesiac.
he'll be representing. We also have George C. has a really good chance of
That's true.
making it because he'll have the Summer Championship as well as Last Call if he doesn't already qualify for for BlizzCon at the Summer Championships. This will be his second time. He's only 15 as well.
Hot Meowth is also a young one.
Hot Meowth, I think, is like 18 now.
Yeah,
But still a teenager.
right.
So yeah, a lot of up-and-coming players, a lot of established names are very young. Something about being young. You're not afraid to take risks, and that's in life, and that's in Hearthstone. So they don't have much reserve when they play. They're not afraid of like people's perception of who they are, or the way they play, and they're not afraid of sort of making mistakes
Yeah.
and learning from the mistakes. Whereas I feel like a lot of older players get caught up in the overthinking, or not wanting to look bad and being too prideful and things along those lines. So young players are definitely the way of the future. Both these guys are pretty young. JacKPoT
Yeah.
you can definitely tell. But time for game number 5
Woo!
of the final match of the day. So this will be the final game of the day. Oh, it's actually a
Oh,
Hunter
it's
deck.
his Hunter.
Yeah, he just won with Druid. That's right.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's Druid for JacKPoT and TheOneJack with the Hunter deck. Weird Hunter deck. It has N'Zoth.
Yeah.
So an interesting choice. Only Death Rattles being Kindly Grandmother, Infested Wolf, and Savannah Highmane. With a special shout out to Barnes.
Actually, the Hunter doesn't have a great start here. And the Druid, on the other hand, has a very nice start.
Yeah, needs a 2-drop here. Doesn't find one.
Still nothing, and hero powering on turn 2 is not what you really want to do as a Hunter. Against like the Druid deck, he's got the saplings,
Yeah.
and those could actually deal with anything really that he puts out.
Yeah.
If it's a Huffer, it is a Huffer.
It is a Huffer.
And TheOneJack wasn't looking, like, he wasn't wanting a Huffer.
Yeah.
You could see his face.
I mean, this will be met with a deadly shot, though. So at least TheOneJack has that going for him.
Yeah. He has to get rid of it.
Yeah. Vendril and the Nourish would just be too big of a deal against the ramp.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Like, you never want a Fandral to nourish. It's kind of like game change. Like, it's just, that just sets the game already.
Yeah, they draw 3 cards and they gain 2 mana crystals. So, yep, gonna go ahead and deadly shot. Feel like it's the right choice. There are a lot of big minions in the deck that you want to hit, but I feel like making sure that you don't fall too far behind in the game is more crucial. If TheOneJack can make it to Savannah Highmane, could be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I like the Infested Wolf here. Oh,
Violet Teacher, trade,
you think he's
innervate,
gonna swipe?
You're killing all the beasts on the board. You're putting a lot of damage on your opponent. You're also getting closer to Arcane Giants. The Arcane Giants are going to go down to 8, so you can actually coin out one of the Arcane Giants next turn. So JacKPoT off to a great start.
Savannah Highmane doesn't look that great right now, but oh, what about
Ooh, Unleash.
Unleashed into Kill Command is actually really good.
Still gets to keep a Hound around. The question is, how is he going to deal with a back-to-back Arcane Giants? It's going to be the toughie here.
Can he play both?
No, he can play back-to-back, though.
Well, he could heal with Moonglade.
I'll take some.
That's a good one. I think it's time for the Savannah Highmane, though. And then you could, like, probably Houndmaster it.
Yeah.
It just contests nicely against the, what is that? 6/5.
The Sideshow Spell Eater.
Sideshow Spell Eater.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It copies your opponent's hero power. But it's very buggy. Half the time it doesn't work. But nobody really plays it anyway. It's a very fringe card.
I guess he could trade or.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to put a pretty big stop to this. JacKPoT is very healthy, though.
Houndmaster into Freezing Trap is okay.
Houndmaster and then trade into the Sideshow Spell Eater and then Freezing Trap is actually incredible. Because he didn't actually play the Arcane Giant for that cheap.
Could.
He's going to try and Freezing Trap the Sideshow Spell Eater. That's kind of funny. Because
Yeah.
if you play it, it forces your opponent to take Steady Shot. But I don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, I feel like if he Freezing Trapped the Arcane Giant, it's still kind of cheap, right?
Well, it'd be 8 mana. So not really. I
But
mean,
if you could cheapen
it would
it,
be
right?
getting cheaper, but I think this game's going to like hit like a velocity really quickly. Because the TheOneJack's just getting closer and closer to N'Zoth and Call of the Wild. Either or would be huge for this board, whether he draws in one of the Call Wilds or N'Zoth.
So actually, this match is pretty close. We can see that TheOneJack has the board right now.
Maybe just play it again.
I guess, yeah, he's looking for wait, what about Teacher into Raven Idol?
For no one.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's actually really good.
He knows that the TheOneJack only runs a single copy of Deadly Shot.
Yeah.
So he's investing a lot into this Arcane Giant.
Ooh, but
If he rolls Leok, this is actually going to be a lot of damage.
yeah, I like this and Houndmaster and or actually he doesn't even need to put Explosive Trap. Houndmaster Hero Power? I like Houndmaster a Hyena. Or he could just set up the Explosive Trap so that next turn he could play the bow. But I feel like it's nice to get every hero power in as much as you can already.
Yeah.
It's a very close game.
Yeah.
We have like a ton of damage on one side, and then we have this bulky arcane giant as a taunt on the other end. Ooh, Mulch is pretty okay. He could. Then he could
mulch
swipe.
and yeah.
I feel like he's gonna swipe here, maybe, or
Swipe only clears off one minion. Swipe takes off the exact amount of power on the board that Wrath does.
yeah, you're right. Mulch and Wrath is great.
Mulch and Wrath, he can still keep his Arcane Giant alive for another turn. The one thing is that TheOneJack is out of resources, so if he gives him an impactful minion from Mulch, it's going to hurt him a lot, but it's a lot of bad minions in the game, and Arborsmith is one of those bad minions.
I mean, he could get armor. Where's his Call of the Wild?
Where's his N'Zoth? There's
Oh, that's
Kill
actually
Command.
pretty good.
I mean, it's
does
okay,
he
but
want to take that to his face with the bow?
I don't think he can afford to. What? He's going to take 8?
Ouch.
I mean, I guess he has the Armorsmith, but that's a lot of damage to take.
This is nuts. This is so close.
And I mean, the TheOneJack has a lot of good draws still left in his deck. Again,
Oh.
he draws. Ooh,
I think he could Wild Growth first.
I think
but
Violet Teacher.
Wild
Opponent's out of
Teacher.
stuff. Get that Teacher on the board.
But then if he makes a bunch of tokens, like the Hunter just gains armor.
I think it's okay. I think just taking control of the board is what's going to win in the game.
This is tough, actually. Very, very tough.
She's going to actually copy his hero power.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. And then, now, this is very, very scary. He kills him next turn.
No, because because the swipe you hit 0 health before before the armor registers.
He has to attack with his Houndmaster and
Yeah, I mean he can
and
survive,
Hyena. Yeah.
but I mean he needs like perfect draws for the rest of the game.
This is nuts. He has to trade into it because that's like lethal
Yeah.
already. But is he going to sacrifice his armor smith or the hyena? It's a tough call.
Yeah, and he needs to find a way to piece together 18 damage
Wait,
in 2 turns.
6, 5, 6, 7. Actually, it's already lethal still. For no, it's not. It's gonna be 1 off
Yeah,
lethal.
because the armor will bring him up to 8. It's actually going to keep the armor smith alive. So
Yeah, I think that's actually a good play. Oh, that's crazy.
now you just Vile Teacher, Blood Mage, Thalnos, Swipe, Innervate, Hero Power. Actually, maybe he's worried about Call of the Wild. But, I mean, I think that's the best you're going to get.
Oh my gosh, this is so intense.
Give him Vile Teacher, Wild Growth first. So Vile Teacher, then Wild Growth. And then Blood Mage, Innervate, Swipe. If he doesn't find anything from the Wild Growth that he thinks is good.
Yeah, the fact that TheOneJack hasn't drawn Call of the Wild yet is kind of scary. JacKPoT knows it's coming any minute, any turn.
I'm ready to learn.
Oh, that war is going to help, but wait, can he? He can't. No, he can't innervate it right now.
It's hidden right now. It's hiding behind a white glow.
But yes, it is a war. Oh my goodness. Is he going to swipe? The armor smith.
I don't get why he wouldn't Blood Mage Swipe. I mean, you push almost the exact amount of damage, you just kill the Knife Juggler. So now if he top decks Unleash the Hounds or Call the Wild, he gets 3 juggles also.
That's true. Oh wow.
Yeah, well that'll be game.
3.
JacKPoT has seen the other 2 traps, and he knows the deck list, so he should know that
Yeah.
OneJack only runs 1 copy of Freezing, 1 copy of Explosives, 1 copy of Snake.
Yeah, he's not gonna hit that. That's nuts. The OneJack didn't get a single Call of the Wild.
Orden is off, yeah. And he's going to try and bluff it here, I guess, but JacKPoT should know exactly what this is if he was paying attention.
Hey, he has 2 spells up. Oh, it's explosive.
Oh yeah, that's right, he has Explosive.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Wisp of
forgot
the Old
about
Gods
that.
is going to end the game.
Wow, people are getting hyped downstairs. Oh my gosh!
Ah!
I'm ready to learn.
Oh my
That was
god!
very
Oh,
scary.
wow.
I forgot he had the second trap up. But Wisp of the Old Gods is going to end the game in JacKPoT.
Oh wow. That was it.
He's going to be moving on to the round of 8.
Can't believe we forgot about explosive. It was
What was hidden from us for so long.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and actually, like the bar at the top kind of hides it a bit.
Yeah. But a crazy series, very back and forth, a lot of close matches. These guys almost identical deck